This was a pure example where just more experienced players that are simply more experienced and slightly better have just won it in a direct fight, even being outgunned. Looking forward to seeing a comeback for GRKEN, hopefully. Maybe they can take the game number 2 so we see the game number 3, because I would love for this to happen. The game number 2 is going to start very, very soon. The game number 2 is also going to be North, so for those of you who just joined, we go with the intro.
The rocky shores of the North Sea comprise the setting for a titanic clash of enemy fleets. These tall evergreens and mossy rocks will soon bear witness to the deafening sounds of battle as two teams vie for dominance of the ocean. This is North. North is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, B is in the center, and C is on the right. Changed from the old 4-cap configuration in Update 0.7.9, North has proved itself an exciting map to play in tournament mode. Cap A on the left is largely unchanged from previous iterations of the map. A large diameter cap circle bordered by an island on the eastern edge, it's highly accessible to enemy destroyers, and there aren't many places for radar cruisers to hide nearby. As the smallest capture area on the board, the confines of Cap B have a new access point via a break in the islands along the eastern edge. The most common access to the cap comes from due north or south, but being in the center of the map means that ships caught out here find themselves targeted by large portions of the enemy team. On the eastern flank, Cap C has a single island within that can provide some shelter for destroyers as they attempt to capture, but it's a long exposed route to get behind cover. It was once common for radar along the shores of the island on the western edge, but that island has been adjusted to make holding such a position a lot more dangerous. North is chock full of interesting flanking opportunities and tactical plays for teams looking to expose a weak point in an enemy position. The eastern half of the map has historically hosted lots of exciting action as teams jockey for position around the islands of Cap C. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play North.
To load in and commence with the ritual suicide. I guess in the meantime, we could take a look at their setups. So, for GRKEN, we have a Kremlin again, only 1 battleship, 1 Des Moines, 2 Minos, 2 Stalins, triple Smolensk, no DDs, so I don't think anything has changed. For OM, we have a Kurfürst and Kremlin again, 1 Des Moines, 1 Salem, 1 Stalingrad, double Smolensk, Gearing, and a Grozavoy. Fun fact is GRKEN, even though they brought no destroyers, have less HP in total than OM does. Not by a much, it's only 4,000. But OM brought 2 destroyers, but they also brought 2 battleships. GRKEN basically lost like 50-60,000 HP on bringing only 1 battleship. So instead of them having a huge HP lead, they're actually behind. But we'll see if it's gonna work this time. They're sending 1 Smolensk and 1 Minotaur totally alone onto A. I'm guessing the Mino is going to try to play with the cap, while Smolensk is going to stay in the back and spam. This could indicate that this is a radar Mino. However, Hydro might be enough to contest A, and smoke might be useful. But if they got radars, maybe not. We'll see. One of the Smolensk is going to stay behind B. Stalingrad is going to stay behind B to radar B. 1 Des Moines is going to anchor probably here somewhere to get the C radar. Stalin is going to be here or here to support C and not lose it. Hopefully better than the previous team we saw. And they are sending the Kremlin, Smolensk, and a Mino to the left side. So 1 Mino, 1 Smolensk on either flank, with 2 Stalins and a Des Moines in the middle, provided by 2 battleships. Sorry, 1 battleship only as a support. We'll see how this is going to work out. Hopefully for them, better than in the previous game, because they did take a pretty aggressive setup, I guess, even though there's a lot of light cruisers for me to say that. But if you show up with no DDs, you intend to make a push, slow and steady push, that's going to win you over the caps and push the enemy to the borders and then just fall back and farm them while they're struggling to take control of the caps. But they did not manage to do that in the first game. Let's see if they can be with a bit more luck in the second game. Smolensk losing 3000 HP. The radar from Stalin came down. Grozovoy pulls back, loses absolutely no HP. Bear in mind, there is a 6-second delay between the radar. If this is the radar ship and he radars, he will see the target immediately, but he doesn't necessarily need to be able to shoot immediately because he's behind cover. But everybody else in his team will see what he sees 6 seconds later. OM playing very conservative again, sending the Grozovoid that has those sweet heals to expose himself a bit and try to take a cap or two. Kerfers gets detected broadsiding, loses 4k, that's not much. What can he do in return? Oh, 10,000 damage from the front, not bad. Not bad at all. This Stalin actually decided to take the right side instead of the left, and now he's getting smacked for it. And I think they just realized, uh-oh, this is not gonna work out. I might need to pull back and go on this side. Grozovoy detected again. Shots going in, loses maybe 1000 HP. Smolensk should be okay. I don't see any big shots coming in. Mino is detecting on A, well, scouting. And Smolensk will try to rain some fire on the Stalin, but that's gonna take a long while before he goes down. Is this blind shoots? Blind fire? Yes, it is. Not exactly close. Oh, the left push has commenced and Des Moines is completely committed. This might be the mistake number one from the, I almost said from Des Moines, from the OM. Way too exposed and way too aggressive, considering this is exactly where the battleship is. This Kremlin needs to absolutely murder this Des Moines, and then they need to push and establish control and win on this side. Not too much. He's gonna need better than that. And these two must stay alive in the meantime. Ah, follow-up shots coming from behind. Des Moines is in serious trouble. I'm not sure if Kremlin is gonna have enough time to reload and smack him before he pulls away. But even if he doesn't, Smolensk should be able to finish the job. And torpedoes are not gonna be good enough. Kremlin shoots again. Kremlin scores. 1-0 for GRKEN extremely early. That was a pretty big mistake for OM. Not sure why they did what they did, but that was a pretty bad mistake. They just threw away that ship for free. And now if they utilize this and they don't stay here and waste HP for no reason, they push with the Kremlin, they push with the Mino, they push with the Smolensk, and they try to bring down the Kerfers and the Salem. They can cap C, which is going to be 1 cap to 1. They still have the points advantage, and they might start to show that proper initiative as we were expecting to see even from the game number 1. In the meantime, it does seem that OM is willing to do the counter push on the other side. Not sure how this is going to go down. Not sure how this is going to go down. We're going to have to keep an eye on both sides. But seems like this game has kicked off very early, and I'm very happy for that, because this is looking to be a very entertaining match. Gearing gets radared. Mino gets detected. Smolensk smokes himself. Let's see some shots into the gearing. Can they be more accurate than the match before? Couple of connections, not bad. Has to push him away so the Mino can stay safe. Another couple of connections. He goes down. They should be fine with the hydro and smoke. But this Kremlin is playing really aggressively, putting the Stalingrad in a bit of an uncomfy position, but nobody can really punish him. If GRKEN manages to take this Kremlin down, that is going to be absolutely huge, because now he's getting spammed by Stalin, Smolensk, Mino, and another Smolensk. And this Stalingrad just needs to pull a handbrake here. Stop so he can't get shot by those two. Needs to go a bit more forward, because from here he can definitely get smacked by the curry. Where is he? Where's the curry? Here's the curry first. Is he looking? No, he's not looking. They kept, see, they are pushing. The shots are happening pretty much everywhere. This is an all-out shooting. And GRKEN has to be very careful not to make one rookie mistake, and that is over push right now. They have the C. They must play patiently and work on eliminating and bringing these guys down. Like murdering Grozovoi would be a good start. Finishing Kremlin would be a awesome start as well. Oh, this Stalingrad, is he seriously getting... No. Are you kidding? He's getting farmed by that Smolensk over there. Oh, that's not good. So the best they can hope for is a trade, which wouldn't be that bad, to bring OM down to one battleship as well. But they must kill the Kremlin. Oh, good smacking, good smacking. Can the Smolensk and Mino follow it up maybe? They must not let this guy get away now. There's a smoke for Kremlin. He's trying to play for safety. He's gonna hold the shots. The heal is up. Kuznetsov does not work in competitive because he cannot get the achievements. Oh, they are gonna lose that Stalingrad, and they are not gonna bring the Kremlin down. That's pretty bad news for GRKEN. Smolensk has to take it safe. He does have the smoke, or he's just not prepared to waste it just yet. We'll see. Mino very low. How did he find himself face to face to... Oh, he's actually safe. He's actually safe. Is he? Yes, he is. Okay. Don't over push, GRKEN, and you have a chance. The points are not in their favor. The caps are not in their favor yet. Kremlin over pushing here. This Mino and this Kremlin are over pushing. They're just not aware of it. This Kremlin should have just like went here or pulled back a bit, or just go here and focus on this side. Now he's just gonna get farmed to death. And then they lost their only battleship, and most of their team is a bunch of light cruisers, because Stalingrad already went down. This can still go either way, but I feel like OM is pulling their weight once again. The HP difference is not that big. It's like 20k. Double Smolensk and a Mino, that is a frightening thing. Bear in mind, OM still has 2 destroyers that they can't really utilize with their firepower. So those guys are going to play some solid roles in the late game if they keep their HPs, and I think they are pretty good at that. But I think the time has come for GRKEN to lose the... I almost said the OM. Oh, I don't know if this guy's hydroed. He's probably hydroed, but because if he's not, he just needs to he's proxy detected, isn't he? Yeah, he's proxy detected. He needs to go. He needs to go before the Salem can turn his guns. And he is going for it. This is Salem, bye-bye. There we go. The Salem goes down. Now they finally lost the anchor on this side. So they are completely safe. The only question is, do they decide to hold this flank and decide to do some crossfires, or do they just pull back and reinforce the B, which they have capped? So even though they're slightly behind on points, they will start catching up. And there's less than 8.5 minutes to go. These dudes are still okay. Des Moines is okay. Stalingrad can recuperate. Just don't overextend, dudes. That's all you need to do. I sound like I'm cheering for GRKEN here. They are less experienced than OM. And if they win, we go to the game number 3. So I kind of am cheering for them, but I have no bias towards any team whatsoever. I just want to see some really good close games. And right now, this is definitely looking much better than game number 1. GRKEN will win in less than 6 minutes with 2 caps to 1 and no ships lost. But looking at the HP bars, OM is definitely holding better, and they have like 50,000 HP advantage. Yeah, and they still have 2 battleships to none. I think there's a destroyer here that's just keeping this Smolensk detected. Mino, you don't want to do that. These guys need to run. They either need to pull back and retain some angles from safety, or they need to completely pull back and work on keeping this. Stalingrad lost a lot of HP. Radar comes down from the Mino. Is this finally the opportunity to bring the first DD of OM down? Now or never, boys. 2 Smolensk and a Mino. Surely they can pull this off. 4,000 and on fire. Insta repair. 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, 27 HP. Gearing goes down. That's one of the advantages of OM going away now. Now they are down to 1 destroyer. But they still have 2 battleships. 2 battleships to 0. This is not that big of a deal. But this is. Points are now heavily in favor of GRKEN. But I'm looking at the HP bars of the CB holders. These 4. OM just pushes in with the force of 2 battleships and the support of double Smolensk and a DD. I think they can bring down GRKEN. Like in the last few minutes, they might be able to just murder everything. We'll see how this will go. Grozowo is detected. Unfortunately for Mino, he doesn't have any support, so he's not actually going to be able to do any damage to him. Might be better to just shoot the Smolensk. Here comes the Kerfer shots. This might be game over for the Mino. Oh, pretty bad. Pretty bad shot. Smolensk is raining hell on the curry. Undetected as well, I believe. Stalingrad also has to be careful not to get overexposed. He's trying to shoot the Smolensk. This might be the golden opportunity to get some good shots in. GRKEN is actually pushing into A. They want to make sure OM has no caps control whatsoever. And if they do lose B and C, that they at least have A. With 5 minutes to go, OM needs to start killing some ships, or this is going to be a game lost for them. I think OM definitely realizes the danger of one team having 800 points and basically all the caps. Now comes the first time the OM in this 2 games we've seen so far definitely has put themselves in a very dangerous position. The first game they played really safely, and now this game GRKEN has forced them to play risky, and we'll see how that will pay off or not. Grozowo detected again. Oh, this could be dangerous. He's down to 6,000. If they lose the second DD, he's healing. I don't think he's going to be able to take any additional shots. But this Smolensk is still alive. That Mino is still alive. And they have retained the flank. So yes, they're going to lose C. But that's not too bad as long as they don't die. They can always slip in or be very annoying ships to deal with from the back. The Stalingrad has finally fallen, but the Icy Jones from OM might go down into B as well, and very well before he manages to flip B. So Stalin for Stalin is not that bad, but look at the HP pool. 79,000 HP amongst 6 ships. This is madness. This is absolute madness. Can Smolensk, can the new balance bring the old balance down, or will the old balance be like, get out of here? 4.8 versus 5.5. Who wins this might be the game-winning thing, because if this Stalingrad kills Smolensk, the points will be very close and that he will be able to cap. Oh, can he bring him down in return? Is there a fire? Is there any chance? 12, 9, 600. Last volley. Oh, he brings it down. Saves the game right there. It is now 5 ships versus 5 ships. It's still 2 caps to 1. Less than 3 minutes to go. Oh, can OM really pull this back? They're gonna need some time. Mino is getting shot at. He's shooting the Grozavoy, but he won't be able to do much damage from the front. Smolensk is trying to bring the other Smolensk down, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon either. I knew this was gonna be an awesome best of 3, but my god, this game is amazing. 4,500 versus 5,500. If he can keep dodging Smolensk shells, he's got some chance. But I think this Mino is gonna go down. He's actually trying to disengage. Can he? Yeah, he can. If he can stay alive. Oh, the Kerfur shells are coming in to seal the fate of the Mino. The points are now not that far away. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. The only way the OM can win this is if they kill a bit more ships. 1 or even 2 more ships of GRKEN need to die without losing any of the ships themselves if they want to win. Less than 2 minutes to go, so they have no time to get into B and cap it, and not that GRKEN is going to allow them to do so. Can GRKEN actually pull the second game off? Smolensk versus Smolensk. Okay. Maybe this guy's got 10-kilometer detection and this guy's got 11.5, so this is not a full range. This one actually has concealment, working very, very good in his favor. OM is going to try to move into A and stop the point income from GRKEN. They might try to do the same thing on B, and they're going to try to get some angles. Oh, this is going to be down to last 60 seconds. If GRKEN can just hold on, they can take game number 2. If they lose ships, if they lose patience, if they're not paying attention to some nasty broadsides, OM is going to take this game and this best of 3 in last seconds of this. Oh my god, 40 seconds to go. They need to hold on a bit longer. But now, like, the pressure is super high. If GRKEN loses, they're out. Oh no, the broadsiding shots. Oh, bad accuracy. 25 seconds to go. If they lose 1 ship, I think they still win. It's 130 points difference. They must not lose 2, but that Smolensk is gonna go down. Is he gonna kill the Gearing? No, he goes down. Oh, he's gotta stay alive. Oh, the Grozavoy dies, so it doesn't matter. Oh my god. This was so close. This was so fucking close. GG, well played to GRKEN, and thank you so much for making me lose my entire voice already. GRKEN takes the game number 2, so it's 1-1, and we will be going into the 3rd game between GRKEN and OM in this best of 3. This is the first 3rd game of today. And my god, I'm super excited to see if OM is gonna be like, alright, stop. Alright, just stop.